Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris?
Hey,
What's good, everybody listening?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
Same. Also joining us through Discord.
Off the coffee.
Also joining us through Discord, it is the Edgelord himself. It is Big News Brian.
Hey, what's up, nerds?
Hey, how you guys doing? You guys doing all right? You guys feeling okay?
I'm doing fucking great, Christian. Thanks for fucking asking, man.
Dude, I've been reading Blue Box.
What?
Blue Box? Isn't that the new manga that just came out?
Oh, damn it, Josh. You're mocking me because I
it's Choji.
Oh, you've been reading that?
I read it sometimes.
No, I heard, but
I want to do a little one shots, not this week, obviously.
Craving that sports manga, aren't
For
you?
real, honestly, I'm just like, but this isn't even really a sports manga. I think it's more of a romance than anything. But in any case, we'll probably get to that in a future episode. But in any case, let's get this show started. We got some stuff to talk about this week. So let's get into plugs. You could find me at the Chris Aspinall on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37, and that's on Instagram as well.
Hell yeah. Brian?
you can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, I've been playing a lot of League recently, actually. You can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
What league?
I did not mean to flip you guys off.
Is that League of Legends or Rocket League? Or?
Yeah, League of Legends. League of Legos.
Whoa.
I suck at it, and it's really, really hard to get into.
Don't worry about it.
But I feel like I'm starting to come around to it now.
All
I'm starting to see the hype.
Yeah, get your boy at It's Punchline on twitch.tv. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a weekly really good chapter of the week poll. We are announcing the results for this week on this show, but let your voice be heard. Go onto our Twitter, follow us, and take part in the survey, and we'll announce the winner every time. It could be your favorite series who wins. We only get a choice of 4, so you could also write in your vote if anything. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, maybe on one shots or whatever, any topics you want us to do. That would be pretty sweet. Comment below with the same. Anything you guys want, any praise you guys want to heap on us, we'll take that. Or anything you think that would make the show a little better. We're always looking to improve our process here at New Jump City. Brian's face is stuck on something. In any case, damn, I just got distracted by Brian's face. My bad. Because he just froze for a minute. But
Full Chad.
Yeah, full Chad. I think that's it. Let's get the show started. Spoiler alerts ahead. It is time to randomize. One Piece.
Oh, fuck. RGC, by the way.
Damn it, Brian. Well, we might as well.
We got an OF? Before we even said anything about the chapter.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Well, whatever. It's cool. It is also mine, so I will play the drop. Josh, how about you? Is it yours?
No.
Damn, we were this close to
Unified.
Unified, but I haven't made the drop for it anyway. Yeah, this is me and Brian's really good chapter of the week. It's not the audience's, unfortunately, but you can vote on that on our Twitter.
I wonder who the audience RGC is.
Oh, Brian, you don't know?
Could be any chapter. It could be any series.
Well, let's get started. This is One Piece chapter 1012, Itch. Last we left off, Big Mom just flattened the fucking esophagus of page 1, and Ulti is just standing there not even really knowing what to do, it seems like. But yeah, we cut back over to the Akazaya 9, the remaining members, as it looks like they're splitting off. Kiku gets asked by his brother if she feels like any pain on her arm because she just literally lost it. But you know what? She's grown up since then. She's
like a Bleach character. She's just like, whatever.
Well, I guess it's
this one is okay.
Yeah, I guess it's just like kind of a callback to when she was a kid. She was like a big, like crybaby. Yeah. Now she's just trying to show her brother that she's strong.
This one ain't no bitch.
It reminds me of a little callback to Rurouni Kenshin because in the manga, this is like Kenshin would use this one a lot to refer to himself. I don't know if that's.
I probably didn't catch that when I was younger, like watching it. Did they translate?
No,
that
they didn't.
Did he didn't say that?
Yeah, he didn't say this one in the anime, but in the manga,
okay.
He strictly
that
refers
definitely
to
would have
himself
been
as this one. But anyway, that being said, at some point, Kinemon's like, "Oh shit, I guess we got this. This place is a battlefield. I think we have to split off and join the fight." Kinemon's gonna go off to rescue Momonosuke. Meanwhile, Kiku is like, "Wait, let me take care of Kanjuro. You help somewhere else that might need you more. I could take down Kanjuro." And they're like, "All right, no prob." That's when Cat Viper is approached by Shishilan and the little monkey guy that we saw in the beginning of the Zou arc. It's been a long time since we've seen. I think his name is Barriette. And they basically explained the situation. Apparently, I forgot. Cat Viper didn't know up to this point that Pedro died. And yeah, the Shishilan explains like, yeah, it happened on Big Mom's territory, and the guy who specifically like was the reason he's dead is on this island right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And Wanda and Carrot have been defeated, and this guy is still lurking around. So Cat Viper's like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy."
Yeah, he took off.
This motherfucker slipping.
He started legit flying. I didn't know that was. I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
But I'm with it. It's cool.
Cat Viper I love Cat Viper. He's
I love him and Dogstorm. They're just both so fucking cool.
Yeah, of the two though, Cat Viper's just so fucking funny. Like, I remember when Chopper was trying to treat him on Zou, and he was just getting distracted by cat toys and shit.
Yeah, because he's a legit cat.
Yeah, but
and he can't help it.
But yeah, it's on site for Perospero. You better watch his fucking.
Oh, it's so unsafe for that nigga as soon as he pull up.
I mean,
as soon as he starts seeing candy.
Yeah, not the one-on-one I was expecting, but one I'm extraordinarily excited for.
Sure, I'll take it. Right before he picks on Pedro.
Yeah,
was weak from dealing with King and Queen.
Yay. We cut over to the crawl space on the first floor where Yamato volunteers herself to be a decoy so that everybody will just kind of leave this area alone, it seems like. Because they think Momonosuke is always going to be with Yamato, they figure that, she's going to run around with this weird little makeshift doll of Momonosuke, and somehow everybody's going to be fooled. But yeah, Momonosuke kind of sees through her. It's like, you just want to fight. That's all you want. You're not trying to distract nobody.
Yeah, like go ahead.
Just go.
We don't really even know you that much. So like, just do you.
Yeah. Before she goes, she asks Momonosuke if Luffy's okay, and he's basically like, yeah, he's weakened, but he's still good. But there are only two voices up there right now, which is basically Kaido and him. I guess he takes notice to the fact that Law and everybody else has left the rooftop, and Yamato's like, oh shit, 1-on-1, I have to hurry. So I guess a co-op between Yamato and Luffy is coming. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
She is going to strong harm her way onto this fucking boat. I'm telling you.
Oh, I mean, Yamato for Straw Hat is pretty in effect right now.
I'm not gonna have that conversation now. I want to still give her a chance.
Yeah.
I think this actually makes I feel like this is just reinforcing that that Luffy's probably not gonna beat Kaido. Like this part of this chapter alone made me think there's a reason why so many people are like say like if Kaido's in a 1v1, you gotta bet on that dude. Like you literally gotta bet on that guy. And now his own son, his own son is like, oh shit, it's a 1-on-1. I have to get up there because I feel like Kaido's way stronger than we think he is right now. Like, I know Luffy's getting a lot of good power ups, but still, Kaido he's not a slouch. I don't think he's gonna go down easy.
I don't know.
I mean, if you compare the two characters, oh, go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I'm just saying I have no idea how it's gonna go. Kaido, is so strong.
I feel like the fact that Luffy's even like able to command a 1-on-1 against him and hold his own for the time being is an astronomical feat that of course. That when he was on Shibodi running from Kumo, there's no way this was happening.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's funny.
Yeah. Even against Doflamingo. I mean, he wasn't ready. We seen what happened earlier. He even got the jump on Kaido and punched him on the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon style, too. Big ass target. And he just got up and cracked his head open. You know what I mean? So, like, this is a big deal. And, you know, I'd be surprised if any hardcore, even the most hardcore Luffy fans aren't expecting this to be like Luffy wins.
Yeah.
By himself. I think he's going to have help. I think there's going to be some extraordinary circumstances that leads to him winning.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's One Piece. I'm ready to accept that.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I think what's going to happen is that Luffy's going to use Gear 4 again. He's going to, like, run out of time for a minute. And then Yamato's going to sub in tag team style. You know, she's going to give it her best effort fight. They're probably going to do a Kaido flashback because of the two of them fighting for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways that could play out. I'm really excited.
So do you think that that's just going to be a trend where Luffy has to buy time during every fight just because he ran out of hockey or something?
I think this fight in particular is just going to be a long time. And it depends if he uses Gear 4 again. I don't think he's going to use it for now because he's just focusing on training his like Ryo hockey itself.
Yeah,
wait, how long was the God Valley fight for? Like, how long did they fight on God Valley? Like, usually these Emperors type fights take days and shit.
No, that's
I'm
true.
hoping that we get to a point in One Piece where we see Luffy and the Straw Hats being in fucking day-long fights. Like
24 hours?
Yeah,
like Roger
I
and
would say timeout past a certain time and say I'll meet y'all niggas here
No,
tomorrow.
no, Roger and Whitebeard's crew fought for days.
Yeah.
They fought for like 3 days, didn't they?
They're mad thirsty. I'm sure whatever it was they was fighting about, it was not that serious that they couldn't just meet up the next day.
Aokiji and Kuzan fought for 7 days, right? Or 2 weeks.
But we already know Magma Man is
You know what's interesting?
he's as hardcore as it comes.
Brian could be right about that, honestly.
To needing water.
There could be like this could be a multiple day fight, a multiple day war. Because other characters have been seen to have been fighting for like Aokiji and what's his face? Magma I don't know why.
Magma Man.
Akainu
have been like fighting for days, and then Ace and Jinbei apparently fought for a couple days when they first met. So
Jinbei has that stamina. You already know Jinbei has that stamina for that shit.
Jinbei could go for days. But in any case, Yamato leaves. Momonosuke starts reading his dad's journals. Could be another indicator for another flashback, maybe? Meanwhile,
Ninja is like that in the background.
Shinobu's like not supposed to be reading it. She knows, but she really wants to know what's going on in that. It's really funny.
I didn't notice that the first time I read.
Yeah.
Momonosuke getting that journal is a really big fucking deal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A really big fucking deal.
Odin's Travels.
Yeah, this could be like the post Wano information dump that we usually get whenever these arcs end. It could be all about like Momonosuke retelling whatever's in this journal.
Oh my god, don't even talk about that. There's so much shit that's gonna go down as soon as Wano's over, man.
Yeah, but
so many things that Oda set up.
For sure. Meanwhile, on the second floor, Kaido's guards caught Sanji walking around, and he's just kicking people left and right. And he seems to have this like big, like weird mummified thing on his back he's just carrying around.
It's called a cross joint. You ever seen Pineapple Express?
Yeah, that's what I thought about it. It's the cross joint.
And he already got his leg lit so he can spark all three sides. He's ready to go.
Yeah, but
I'm jealous.
Yeah, all the henchmen are like, what the fuck is he carrying? Wait a minute. Is that Zoro? And it is. It's just Zoro sleeping as Sanji carries him in this massive cast, which is pretty awesome. Made me laugh pretty hard when I first saw it.
Yeah, this made me laugh really hard too when I saw it. It's been a while. Like, I know One Piece has comedy, like, here and there, but this is the first time in a while that I've actually, like, laughed while reading One Piece.
I think you're forgetting about the time where the fireballs almost hit Kid, Law, and Luffy.
Oh yeah, that shit was comedy.
God, that shit is still one of my favorite moments in One Piece history. But yeah, we learned how it even got to this point. As Sanji was just roaming around a few dozen minutes earlier, Law and Zoro and Zeus also appear right before Sanji, and Law is like, "Hey, so he's fucked up. So you take care of him. I'm gonna go back into the battle." And Sanji's like, "I'm not a fucking doctor, dude. I don't know what to do here." So the reason he's all casted up because Sanji made some makeshift casting out of what seems to be 30,000 rolls of bandages.
Damn.
Because he seems to he doesn't know what to do here. So Sanji basically asks him, is like, who are you fighting to get this messed up? And Zoro's like, Kaido and Big Mom. And Sanji's like, fair. That's a pretty big deal. So he's like, is Luffy still up there? Or he's like, yeah, he seems to figure something out. He's gonna win. And I'm like, unshakable faith in Luffy.
Very
moment.
confident.
I love those little moments when the crew is like, oh yeah, he's gonna take him down.
Like, bro, that's Luffy. What'd you know? What'd you think?
Like, yeah, I know this shit. Can you tell me something new, bro? Like,
yeah, that's literally what Sanji says back in the press. He's like, I already knew he would. And it is funny, like he's just carrying Zoro as he's like knocked out sleeping. So yeah, Sanji runs into the other Akazaya 9 members. Well, I guess Izo is not an Akazaya 9 member, but he meets up with the Kappa dude and Izo, and he's like, I was just running to help Momonosuke, and this guy says, Kappa dude is like, oh, Kinemon's already on his way. So, if you want to help, go to the performance floor. And Zoro falls right back asleep after commanding people to go to the performance floor. It's very funny. So, meanwhile, back on the same floor, where after Big Mom has just finished fucking absolutely destroying Page 1 and wiping him from the series.
He's dead.
He's dead. He died.
He's gone.
At the very least, he's having one of these death twitches because you see the little rumbly squigglers.
Tick.
And man, Ulti's got some nerve to see that happen and still be like, "You're gonna pay, Big Mom.
You're gonna regret that."
Okay. She comes in and it's really funny. Usopp and Nami sees this as like, that's it. We can have Big Mom take her out too. And so they basically try to like manipulate the other into fighting each other. They just start talking shit to stoke both of their fires. And each of them all saying like, after I'm done with this fight, you're going to be killed next. And they're both like panicking about it. While Ulti and Big Mom are about to fight, they commanded Komachiyo to just start running. But Ulti doesn't really play that shit. She just like rockets herself into the rib cage of this weird spirit lion thing. And man, I guess like shatters all of the bones in his rib cage.
Yeah. Turn into a bag of soup.
Yeah. And Otama's just like, no. She's kicking this thing while it's down, by the way. Ulti.
Yeah.
And
come on, not Komachiyo.
No, not Komachiyo. And like Otama's like, no, stop it, stop hurting him. And then Ulti just smacks the shit out of Otama. And both Nami and Big Mom take notice to this. And you think Big Mom's gonna make him like make a move, she's gonna be like, "You hurt this girl who was so nice to me." But weirdly enough, Nami gets to her first and just uses her fucking thunder lance, smacks the shit out of Ulti, and sends her flying backwards. And she said, and Usopp's like, "All right, let's get out of here while we get the chance." Like, I don't think so. She just hit a child. I'm going to stay here and crush her.
Ooh, time for my showcase.
Yeah. Oh man, Nami fight. It's been so long. I'm pretty excited.
What, since the soap lady? Is that
Yeah,
the last
really.
time we got a Nami fight?
Ever since Kali fight.
Before we get into it, like, I love this moment, but has it been established that Nami had a thing for kids? Like,
Yes. On Punk Hazard, she
she was the one that encouraged them to save the kids,
to
right?
stay and save the kids. Yeah, she has a soft spot for kids, I would say, especially because of, like, her own trauma as a kid, just working for pirates and being hurt by pirates. I think if she sees pirates in particular hitting kids, she does not take kindly to it. So, I mean, I'm all for it. It's been so long since we've seen Nami had a one-on-one fight, and we haven't seen what she can do with the new climate act. She's probably going to get Zeus back.
Yeah.
I hope so, since Big Mom made a different, thundercloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was her name again? Hera?
Hera, yeah. But that's
Herrera.
that's where the chapter ends. I mean, honestly, this was just so fun. It's cool to see, like, a chapter with all the other Straw Hats. Weirdly enough, since the time skip, it's been a little weird getting, like, a lot of moments from, say, Nami or Usopp or, like, the other Straw Hats outside of Sanji and Zoro. So I'm glad we're starting to get those moments here where it matters most, Better late than never is what I always say.
Chopper had
So,
a big healing moment too. That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
But what were we gonna say?
So, there's some theories floating around
Theory
that Page 1 is going to get back up after getting fucked up by Big Mom, and he's going to be Usopp's 1v1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A severely weakened Yonko commander.
I mean, it would be hilarious if he got up and it's just a floating head and this part of his neck is just missing. His big mom obliterated.
Like Rayman.
Yeah, like Rayman.
And people are theorizing that Sanji is going to tag team with Marco against Queen and King.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I want to see.
And then, of
Zoro
course,
kill
Cat
somebody.
Viper versus Perospero.
Yeah,
I
that
want
would be
to
cool.
see Zoro just destroy somebody one-on-one,
Yeah.
and then take a seat and say, "Y'all handle the rest."
Zoro's got to do he's going to beat somebody pretty strong.
He has to beat somebody, man.
I feel like, of course, Zoro needs something, but I feel like he's done. Like, I would be satisfied if Zoro was out for the rest of this. You know, like, I would be satisfied with that.
They just put him in a closet. I wouldn't be either. He needs to be
Everything he's done, he's done more than anybody has done this entire fucking arc.
Well, you know what, bro? That's what Zoro is. He does more than anybody all the time, and that he wouldn't be satisfied if he slept through the rest of the
of course.
He never got a direct fight. All he did was assist Luffy and take a hit that knocked him out of commission.
Agreed.
But still, even
He
all
needs
of his
to scrap.
assists are the biggest feats anybody has shown so far in this in the Straw Hats.
All right. He also gave this dude a scar, I guess.
He also blocked Big Mom and Kaido's tag team attack for the entire Supernova squad.
Fight, bro.
But
I don't believe you when you. I don't really think you'd be satisfied without him getting a fight, man.
I don't think he will go out without getting one more fight.
But who would he fight? There's nobody really around that he would be.
We've seen a lot of enemy switching.
Queen.
We've seen a lot of people like
Queen is such a lame ass fucking villain. I'm just gonna say it. I would not be satisfied if any of the big three fight Queen.
Maybe he'll fight
Just because-
one of the other members.
he's the
There's a
Kaido
few
big
others
three.
out there.
Yeah, but Queen is like a joke villain, kinda. I don't see him being like an actual powerful person. He's more like an Usopp type of person, you know?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see if the Bronchio Bomber changes your mind. I don't know. I think there's more to Queen than meets the eye. There's no way you make it that high up Kaido's food chain without being something.
I think it's just because of his like creativity and shit, I guess. Because he seems very inventive.
Imagine.
But
Imagine Kaido's like, I really like your creativity. Do you want to be my third in command?
Third in command.
Of the strongest
I mean,
crew ever?
The dude's very utility based from what we've seen so far.
We'll see. There's a lot to happen still. We haven't gotten to the other one-on-ones too, so who knows? Who knows what'll happen? I'm very excited about One Piece. This was a very fun chapter. But I'm ready to move
and
on.
there's one more thing actually. The community is actually very split, it seems, or not really. They're kind of confused about the matchup of Kiku and Kanjuro, because it feels like it wasn't really set. They feel like it wasn't really set up properly for Kiku to be the one to fight Kanjuro. Like, nobody really knows why she's so driven to fight him.
Because she's in the Ikazaya 9 and he betrayed that brotherhood.
Yeah, but it's not like there's no established like personal beef that they have, you know? Like aside from that. Like of course
pretty big.
Like everybody would want to fight him, but
yeah.
I guess people it's not really filled with depth, you know? Depth.
Yeah.
Like Cat Viper versus Perospero that has depth because now he knows. Oh, you're the guy you're the reason why Pedro's dead? All right, we fighting.
Yeah, I don't know.
And,
I don't really agree with that.
Dogstorm and Jack, that makes sense.
I don't really agree
like, of
with
course,
that.
these
I think,
guys did wrong to the Kazaya 9, but, you know, there's still more to it, aside from that.
I think the reason Kiku specifically is because, like, they're wasting a whole lot of energy, all of them going after Kiku, when Kanjuro is practically dying at this point. So...
Yeah, Kiku's the one with the missing arm, and...
Yeah, she's like, I can stab this guy real fast.
The job. He's like, yeah, let me just smoke him, and... But maybe there'll be some more lore between them. Maybe when they link up, they'll start talking shit, and then we'll get glimpses into the past.
Yeah. I don't know if it needs to be more lore. I think that's pretty good justification enough for any of the Akazaya 9 to go after Kanjuro. Because they're all supposed to be like brothers linked forever. Like Odin was their guy, and he betrayed Odin. These samurai take that shit very seriously. It makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, I mean, it's not like when he said that he wanted to be the one to get him, I was kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could say there wasn't this huge build-up. I didn't really think it was that necessary. I wasn't craving that. I didn't feel like I was missing it. So maybe that's the feeling I had. But, you know, whatever. That's just how I feel.
In any case, I guess we should move on. It is
yes.
time to randomize. Undead Unluch. This is Undead Unluch, Chapter 62, Undead and Untruth. Last we left off, Fang was doing some fuck shit. Trying to, kill Mui in order to force Shen to be stronger, because he's like, the more people I seem to kill, the stronger you get to be. So I'm going to kill this rando lady that you seem to like.
Swing.
Jin Kai. And we cut all the way back to kind of the beginning-ish of the series, after the whole incident with Spoil and Victor, where Shen basically egged on Victor to emerge out of Andy. And they're just chilling in the hospital wing waiting for Fuko to recover. And Andy just says, thanks. And Shen's like, what? Why? This whole thing was my fault. And he's like, well, we got out of it. Bygones be bygones. You protected both of us at the end of the day. When shit got too real, you took a step back and you helped Fuko. And, I owe you one for that. And that's when we cut to the present as as Shen and Andy both use their, I guess, combo move on Fang. Fang continues to go at it with him, fighting fist to fist, and Brian just disconnected. Welcome back, bro. But in any case, the battle continues on. Andy tries to volunteer to help out, but Shen is like, please, this is my fight, and uses his untruth to freeze Andy in his place. So yeah, Shen's like, I've spent my whole life trying to be stronger in order to defeat him. So let me do my battle. And then Andy and Fuko both hold him down and conk him on the back of the head. And he's like, "You're not alone anymore." Very shonen type shit.
Yeah. He reminds him, like, listen, it's not about killing him right now. It's about protecting your friend.
Yeah, your assistant.
And then we can deal with him.
You're Zhu Li, basically.
Zhu Li.
Zhu Li, do the thing. But yeah, they come together. Shen decides to attack with his hands behind his back like a fucking pretentious douche. And
yeah, right.
They use their combo move together. They try to take him down. Fang is fighting them off pretty well, but I guess Untruth, he makes Andy do this feint because, he freezes Andy.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I guess if you, like, when you make sense of it, it's just like Andy's coming in with a punch. Fang is like getting ready to guard, but the Untruth comes in and freezes Andy in his place, causing him to
unnaturally.
Freeze. Yeah, just causing him to freeze.
Unorganically. And you know what? It was all right. I thought this was especially clever because it wasn't this over dramatic technique or nothing. It was just a simple like, okay, part of the reason he's able to bust our ass and read all of our movements is because of how well he's reading body language and intent.
Yeah,
based on that. So something like an unintentional feint really can, stagger, I guess, even a master like that. So it was just, I thought it was fly, man. This is part of the reason I really like this series.
Yeah, it's a really smart way to use both abilities. I thought it was pretty cool.
He put a whole rocket punch to his fucking face.
Yeah,
huh?
he really just let it fucking.
Rocket to punch!
Ooh, he even made him say Jinkai. That's how you know you did damage.
Jinkai. I think we've been okay. So I looked up the pronunciation for Jinkai. It's actually Jinchai.
Jinchai?
I think it's Jinchai.
Jinchai?
Jinchai. But yeah, he's just like, aha. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to use my special technique, and he calls them.
Time for me to be serious.
He uses his ultimate technique and calls them little girls at the same time.
Okay. No, he's actually talking to Dewey and
right.
Unluch.
He's aiming right past
because he
him.
wants to kill them to make these guys. Because he's like, "Ooh,
My
you
bad.
guys are so fun. This could be even better if I just smoked them real quick."
Okay. No, you're right.
That's
That makes sense. I'm like, yo, he really called them little girls. That's so mean.
I'm not even going to finish this fight. I don't want it to end now. I'm going to activate the desperation right now.
And I guess he like sets his cool spear thing on fire. Does a cool, I don't know what the fuck this is or how he does it, because his powers outside
Dragon spear.
It's funny because powers outside of negation aren't established in this world, so he's just kind of doing this.
Yeah, this is legit ninjutsu, I think.
Yeah. He's just letting it fly. Shen looks back and sees Fuko and Mui not even, like, they're not able to move because there's nowhere to go. And he does the only thing that he can do. Andy gets in the way and blocks it with his body, but not just him. Right on his back is Shen, as the weird fucking staff thing impales both of them. Sheesh.
Yeah. RGC.
Wow.
Number 2 for this, right?
Undead
Unluch. Wow. It's coming to its own.
Wow,
Yeah, guys,
Undead Unluch
this is legit.
is getting respect.
I really liked One Piece, and the other chapters this week were fire too. But like I said, I like this little conflict that's going on, and they got points for doing something I totally was not expecting they was going to do, which was killing Shen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. This is it. I mean even at the beginning of the chapter, they kind of, and I wanted to save I was going to make a little joke, but I was happy that they addressed what happened in the beginning, how Shen literally smoked his friends just to give this total stranger a chance to join their crew. And that never really was broken down until this point. And he was like, yeah, I mean, that's the reason I did it. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just heard you were really strong, and I knew I had to fight the strongest people so I could get to a point where I could smoke, my late master. Well, not late, but,
Yeah.
his ex-master. So it was, I don't know. I don't want to say it was hand wavy. I just thought it was nice that they addressed it, and that's kind of who Shen always was. And I like that, Andy didn't take that as like, oh, all right, well, that don't mean shit. He said, nah, man, I still see value in that. I appreciate that you allowed me to, you helped facilitate me in saving Unluck, and I owe you that. You feel me? Like, regardless of how you feel about. I just thought that was some cool shit, man. That's something the series does really well, man. The interpersonal stuff, like the dialogue between characters. See, Bendis wish he could. To this guy, it's natural. You know what I'm saying? It's never too tacky or cheesy.
Yeah.
And that's what led Shen to do this. I mean, had this just been Shen and Mui would have been got snatched away or killed, because Shen would have been so caught up with trying to fight his old master to die. He would have been happy dying in the process,
right,
of trying to fight his master. But Andy kind of changed his perspective, and it's just such a shock because there's no character growth for Shen at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna affect everybody else. This is I really want to know how this affects Andy and Unluck.
Right. I'll say this. I think you're absolutely right. I think the consistency of Shen is what saves, any kind of shitty things he does, is because he does this to everybody, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, Shen is one of those characters who are just like, ooh, I'm like the seventh seat from Food Wars or the Urahara, just a chill, smiley kind of guy who's the shit, but he doesn't make it known, And those kind of characters could get on my nerves, but I like Shen. I think his ability was interesting. I thought it was funny, and this is a big moment. It's very weird. The courage, I guess, it takes to kill off this kind of character. Because I didn't see this coming. I mean,
the selflessness. I mean, even his whole negator ability, and I guess what happened after, what happened with his sister. He chose the route of selfishness.
Right.
And the only reason he took a liking to Mew is probably because he reminded him of his sister. And, that's just how we are as humans. Mm-hmm. We project, these things onto people. And it just was very organic. It was super organic, very even relatable in a sense. And it was I'm not going to say it's rare, but, it's just cool. It's just interesting to see this character development at the end. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I think that says something.
No, yeah, this is a real arc for Shen, and I respect it a lot. I'm not going to give him the Mario death sound effect because
not yet. I've like
learned to do better.
98% sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some rando with an unkill people ability
unkill people
pops up. Unmurder.
Unimpaled.
Yeah, unimpale just happens.
My ability is specifically to unimpale people that I don't know or care or have relation to.
Yeah, it has to be a total stranger. I can't unimpale somebody I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a big deal. My thing, I think, like maybe at this point after Shen dies, if he dies, Mui's probably gonna get her a negator ability of a sort. Like something's gonna awaken in her, and maybe she takes down Shen, which would be
really interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of ways it could go. I respect the twist. If they go through with it, there'll be more respect.
I think Unluck might end up learning some martial arts after this situation, but that's just my guess.
Maybe
both of them. Maybe Andy and her, because Andy kind of shied away from it initially, but he may want to do it to kind of as a respect to Shen and what happened.
Right.
And to further protect the people he cares about. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, I said everything I want to say.
Yeah, same. Great chapter. It is worthy of the RGC, so respect it all the way. Let's get it on. It is time to randomize.
Bloody Cross.
Children of the Atom. Well, X books in general, but Children of the Atom is first. This is Children of the Atom number 3. This series is basically about these kids that identify as mutants. It seems they seem to be just normal.
We don't know for sure. We can't really,
It's very
disclaimer.
It's very coy about what their situation is. specifically, but that's what I guess we're supposed to assume. But this is kind of sort of their origin story to a degree. We've spent some time with these kids getting to know each other individually, and we start off with Carmen, who I guess is the Gambit-esque team member. And she's this Hispanic girl, has like a pretty busy family. She works as kind of like a content creator, specifically, fashion design. She makes stuff for YouTube, cosplay and all that. And her deal is that, she just wants to feel, she has this like thing about feeling special to a degree. Like, she has a lot of friends and she has a lot of family, but she seems to feel that they expect a lot from her, or they demand a lot for her, and she's not really sure if they would like her if she wasn't all of this, if she wasn't so dependable, if she didn't do so much for them. Kind of if she was as herself, would she still be loved? And that's kind of her conflict to a degree.
Yeah, if I may, I found myself kind of glossing over this backstory, and I actually went back right when it got to the title page. I said, you know what? Let me give this another chance, because I'm kind of just trying to quickly read through this and get through the comic, you know? And I thought it was kind of deep what they were saying. It wasn't just teenage angsty bullshit that they're trying to draw. I think they were trying to make a real point here that some like an issue that some people deal with socially. This is one of those you're like, how they say you can either be outgoing or not outgoing. What are the words?
Introvert, extrovert.
Extroverted or introverted,
mm-hmm.
Or they'll say I'm an extroverted introvert or something like that. This is one of those examples, in my opinion, because she's talking about how she had this like what started was a craving to want to be special, right? And then so that drive for wanting to be special made her get into a lot of these things that she's talented at, or that she does take care of, like whether that's all of the house chores that she takes care of for her dad, you know what I'm saying, as he's working, or her mom's doing her thing, like to help them. Whether that's the uniforms and like just basic fashion things she's making for her friends. She feels like perhaps those things do make her special, but if she wasn't performing these favors, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would her friends still care if she wasn't quote unquote special? So it's a super weird dilemma, because it's like, she wants to be that, then you feel like you have it, but then you're so scared to kind of lose that, or you work extra hard thinking I have to keep it up and keep doing that in order for people to care about me. And it's a sort of mental illness in a way. It's, not a super severe one, but I feel like a lot of people deal with that.
Yeah, I would say, she's a content creator. I think anybody with a phone to a degree is just that. Like there's like thousands of kids on TikTok and like thousands of people on YouTube. We're content creators ourselves. I think that's the whole thing. We all want to be special, so we do these things so people can see us, and we have more of an affinity to do them now more than ever, because we have the access to all of these things and these abilities to produce things, when all we really want is just to be seen for who we are. It's interesting. And that's coupled
with the anxiety and pressure of continuing to do so. And if you start falling off and people start to care less, how does that affect how you look at yourself, and your identity, which is also, and that is the whole reason I even made more of a point about this, to literally get to that line of, this is a form of identity crisis and trying to find worth in who you are and what, who you are in society, who you are as a person, what you like to do, who your friends are, what you care about. This, I truly believe it is about identity. We don't know about the mutant situation, but this is for sure a comic about identity. I think you're so spot on, Chris.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm ready to move forward.
Yeah. So, that was a lot to talk about, because this is a lot.
It would have been so easy to just get to gloss over it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it. And I thought it was well done. Hey. So I wanted to give it that little bit of spotlight.
This is what we do. We go over the things that are important. So, you know, you guys can let us know what you think as well in the comments. I mean, we love to get a discussion going and, you know, start dialogue between the podcast and commenters and stuff. So tell us what you thought about this issue or anything you've heard of so far in either reviews or email or comments on the video. We then get a kind of a jarring cut to immediately, we're just in space now. And it takes a couple pages for this to be explained, but apparently at some point in the past, these kids have wandered onto a spaceship and they're just trapped on this thing that's on autopilot, and they're just trying to get back home. They just like poke a bunch of buttons and see what happens, and it causes the ship to just kind of like destroy, like it just explodes. So you know, they run to these escape pods and shit. Buddy is pretty critically injured, it seems, and I feel like this is the point. It was supposed to feel like, whoa, what the fuck? What's this? What's going on here? It's supposed to feel jarring, but I feel like it was a little too jarring. I feel it was a little too much of that effect where I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, is this what's happening later on? Like, is this like this, like whatever's happening is leading to this point, or did this happening in the past? Wasn't really sure.
Yeah, I mean, it says then. It doesn't give a specific time period of how long ago this was, but this is pretty much a flashback to a degree.
So then assumes before.
Yeah, before. But we cut back to the present as Buddy and Gabe show up to pick up Carmen because they're supposed to go to a dinner with Cody, who is their friend who was just recently got out of the hospital after dealing with what seemed to be a very debilitating disease. I know words. I could say words. But yeah, they're talking about it. Carmen isn't feeling great about it, and Buddy brings up like, "Hey, do you think Cole's a mutant? You know, his sickness. A lot of mutations manifest as sicknesses at first, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe he's just a mutant now." And Carmen's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we should go over there and talk to him about that shit because, you know, he's like an actual person, like a good person and shit. It'd be weird because everybody knows we're into mutants."
Yeah, like that's the issue. Like we haven't really spoken to him in a minute, and everyone knows we fiend out about it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, we don't want to be
it's gonna
weird.
come off the wrong way.
Yeah, for sure. And Buddy's like, "Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, no, you're right. We'll not do that." And you know, they go off after Carmen says like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. I'm not feeling well. So you know, I'm gonna just stick around. Tell him I said hi and all that." So yeah, they go on without her. And we cut back to their ship flashback thing. They're wandering all around this ship. They find this escape pods. And at this moment, and I think this is also this weird love triangle that seems to be going on because she wants to not only... Carmen expresses in her like narrations that she doesn't want to just feel special to everyone. Like she wants one specific individual to recognize her and think she's special. And it turns out she's Buddy, who's crushing on her boyfriend, right? Like Gabe's her boyfriend at the moment. No?
Yeah, right. Well, that was okay. I was very confused about this. I was like, wait, isn't she with this dude right now?
Well, she could be with him and still like, you know, suppressing her feelings for Buddy.
Sure, but it's still weird as fuck.
I mean,
like,
it's a love triangle.
Break up with homie then. Like, why are you with this nigga then? If you obviously like, you don't gotta admit who you like, but don't string this dude along.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a complicated situation. These are kids, you know. Hindsight's 20/20 on these matters, but yeah. So they're strapped in, and they're about to crash land on Earth, and they do so. They actually like crash land directly on Earth, and the hatches of the spaceship open, and we cut back to the present where they arrive at Cole's house. It seems to be Cole's dad's, and the evilest motherfucker in the world seems to be just like
also with the largest hands ever.
Yes,
proportionate to a regular person anyway.
No, he's huge. He's a big guy, and he also has ginormous hands in gloves too, because you know what more do you want to screech you're a bad guy than to be a giant guy with slick back hair, a suit, and white gloves on your giant hands?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been like, you need us to come another day. It looks like y'all doing something very personal with this man.
Hey, you blink twice if you need us to call the Avengers right now, because he's like a
Daredevil or somebody. Luke Cage.
I mean, I could call Storm right now, and he could take care of this big boy. But yeah, they pull up, and they introduce him as Arthur Nagin. He's a family friend. He's just chilling here, I guess. And meanwhile, Carmen is seeming sicker and sicker, and she just starts to like convulse. And we cut back between the two scenes as they're talking at the dinner table. Cole seems to be sweating a little bit too, and I wonder if it's like kind of a similar effect that's happening to him. He seems like kind of unwell, it looks like. But yeah, Carmen rushes to the bathroom. She feels sick. She's about to throw up or whatever. And we learn what Arthur Nagin's deal is as the wine glass just tinily sits in his massive hands. He explains that he's the head of the Real Unity. And the Real Unity is an organization that I guess strictly exists to better the lives of humans.
Oh, and look at just this. It's like, we could be a little bit more subtle, guys, about like making sure he's an evil person.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, it's kind of funny because only in the Marvel universe could an organization exist to strictly, like, just to be like, we're moving past, we're accelerating evolution. It's kind of.
And there not be nothing extraordinarily weird about that.
Yeah. But apparently...
And he's so upfront, too. He's like, yeah, this is what we're about. Everything. Totally.
Yeah. And there's no way
that doesn't even ask if they want to join. He's just like, yep, that's what we do.
Hey.
You going to tell somebody about it?
Yeah, tell anybody about it. We are who we are. We're not even hiding. It turns out it's probably better to just be upfront with your evil intentions or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently the reason he's even here is because he pioneered the technique that saved Cole.
The reason he's even here.
Yeah.
That sounded so funny.
And at the same time, Carmen is just not having a great time.
Oh no, she's going through some like morning sickness or something.
Yeah, I mean, if this is morning sickness, I don't even. I don't think.
Sorry, ladies.
Yeah. So basically, they ask is like, wait a minute, hey, are you mutant? And the dad's explains is like, no, but the procedure used to get him out of the hospital bonded him with some mutant tissue, so he's kind of a mutant, kind of, sorta. And Thirsty McGlasses over here is just like,
Thirsty McGlasses.
Oh man!
Oh, so oh yeah, so you have some mutant DNA. She went for the home run fucking swing.
Dude, this was a Hail Mary if I've ever seen one.
Oh yeah,
she
went for it.
She's on the 5-yard line, just like
she went all in on the first hand.
Yeah,
as soon as the first fucking thing was dealt.
Aaron Rodgersing the whole thing, and she's just like, "Oh, does that mean you could get through the gates?" And Cole is like, "Oh, is that why you're here? You fucking fiends." You wanted to hang out with me?
Is that what this is about? It is. That's totally what it's about.
Gabe is the only one like, man, I don't know. I came to see you. I don't know what she's on about.
He threw his friend under the bus. Shit, listen, man. I don't know what the fuck she's on.
She's going so hard.
These white people, man.
Yeah,
that's what he should have said.
It's really funny. Because she's,
you know what I mean?
Cause Cole's freaking out. He's like, "Oh, I thought you guys wanted to be friends. You didn't even like really hit me up at the hospital or nothing. And then you want to come to my house, and the first thing you want to ask me is about my fucking if I get through these fucking gates you guys are obsessed with."
Fair.
And yeah, I guess he rightfully is just like, "Get the fuck out of my house."
his dad's plural are like, "Son, neither of them are staring? They're both moms, but dads. You got two dads, but they're both moms. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Someone got to have a backbone.
Come on,
they're both
son.
like, oh, come on, son.
Son.
Don't talk to your friends like that under my roof. Like they're appealing to him.
I mean, Cole is sweaty. I don't know if he's going through the same thing maybe Carmen is, but
That's what it looks like. You see the sweat. Yo, he is fucked up in the game right now.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's like,
Yeah, he is either so angry that he's physically sweating, or he's been. But this happened even before. Like when they first got there, he's been sweaty this entire time.
yeah. Like he was nervous because that other guy was there. That's what I thought it was about. Like he was scared. But the dad seems so like, yeah, this is a great time. Everything is okay. So I was like, maybe he's just hot. Maybe he's just a little embarrassed.
I mean, look at fucking white Mr. White Glove over here, just like smiling, like, yeah, you tell me to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you tell him get the fuck out. That's right. Look at this bitch. That's right. Darwinism.
You're like, yeah, go get him, kid.
See this vest?
Yeah. Carmen.
Meanwhile, Carmen's turning into a lichen.
yeah, she's having a fucking episode down there, just really not having a good time of it. As we cut to the kids walking away at the same time in the flashback, them stepping out of these like space escape pods,
Emerging.
Completely unharmed. And they're like, yeah, we did it. And the chapter ends as Carmen's becoming a whole beast. I have no idea.
Well, it could very possibly that there's a full moon out, and that is what's going on.
I mean, it would be cool if she was just the spaceship shit turned them into werewolves. I wonder. I mean,
so all right. Obviously, this is giving me Fantastic Four vibe.
Yeah,
hardcore.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. This is kind of a slow burn. I can see they're gonna give this us in little bits and pieces to keep us going with the slice of life stuff in this little mystery. But honestly, man, I really don't know what to expect. The girl's buckle, Carmen's buckle came loose.
Her buckle?
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
What do you mean?
When she was having her lesbo moment with
Oh, is that right? Yeah, no,
with Lady
right.
Cyclops, yeah. Which is nothing wrong with, by the way, guys. Sorry if I'm coming off that way.
Yeah.
Should I say hetero moment?
No, that's
when it's a guy and a girl.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just
let me stop. When they're having a romantic moment between two people, regardless of gender, right? Her belt buckle,
breaks.
loose.
That is an interesting detail not to notice.
And she emerges out of there, no problem, with her fist up, like, yeah, we made it. No, her fist isn't up, but she's like, yeah.
Hey, honestly, Buddy was injured, and now she's fine.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Go a spaceship and then get blown up and land on Earth. And get powers.
Okay, so
would you do that?
What?
That sequence to get powers?
No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
What if you knew you was going to survive?
Well, it depends on what the powers I get, because it seems like Carmen's not having a good time with hers.
What about you just get wings? Like Angel.
I mean, Angel could turn his wings into metal wings. So
only with the help of Apocalypse.
No, he could do it at will. We'll see it actually in the next.
Are you
textbook.
serious?
Yeah, we'll see it in the next textbook. I'll show you.
Oh, guess who just got exposed?
You've been exposed. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to make of this series yet. I mean, it's not bad.
Either.
It's not bad at all. It's interesting in parts, but I'm like, I get what they're trying to do here with the whole breadcrumbs information. But I just really want to be like, all right, just fucking do it already. Just let us know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. I want to know.
Yeah, throw it in.
I don't care about Cole and this big, large guy.
I mean,
Gang Orca.
I'm at least a little interested in Mr. Gang Orca.
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
I'm not mad at it. But, yeah, I mean, it was fine. I mean, nothing really to write home about yet. I feel like we'll be able to give more detailed thoughts when we get the whole picture.
Yeah.
But I guess we should move on to our next book, X-Corp, #1, or 1 milligram.
It's so extra.
Yeah, this is a very...
It's like, okay, I get it.
First of all, I love this cover. It's very like Hickman type cover, like his old Manhattan projects.
It is a Hickman, yeah.
His classical type, reveal little but look abstract and cool type shit. I dig it.
Sure.
This is X-Corp #1, and basically it's a series about pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
That's not evil?
I mean, I think like that's the whole point. Is it's a deconstruction. Everything in these X books, in one way or another, is a deconstruction of a facet of society.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Excalibur. I don't know how many of those societies are around where they just do magic shit all the time. Maybe the occult stuff. But in any case, it starts off with Angel and Penance are basically making a commercial, like a launch video for X-Corp. And it's X-Corp isn't really a thing yet. They're just getting ready to get it off the ground and get it moving.
Okay.
The differentiation between this and the Hellfire Corporation is it seems that Hellfire is a distribution chain and X-Corp is the actual business side, like doing the dealings of who gets these drugs and supplying them. And they're about to get it off the ground. Monet is just like all business. She pulls up
business. No heart.
Business. She's a busy businesswoman who only loves business. And they pull up to Xavier, who's just hanging out in the council room. They're like, "Why are you just working here?" He's like, "Because it's cool. I get to work in the light of day, not just in some stuffy old mansion anymore." Which I think is pretty nice. There have been some legal troubles, it seems, with getting X-Corp off the ground, with establishing offices in different areas. People, like the human population seems to be holding off, just the mutants in general from getting what they want and is starting multiple X-Corp chains. And Xavier's like, yeah, with X-Corp expanding, I think it's time for you guys to consider getting more board members in the company. It's not just you two, so we can balance some responsibility. And Monet is like, I'm already on it. Don't worry about it. And meanwhile, Angel goes off to deal with the human that's holding them up in a legal sense. But first we get a little bit of Monet's adventure as she recruits the mutant known as Trinary. And she saves her from Mumbai, India. Apparently in India there is a task force specifically designed to fuck up mutants whenever they see them.
Jeez, man. Like, why are there so many?
Yeah, I mean, every country's got one of these, I guess.
Yeah, the worst, man.
Yeah. But, Trinary's no saint because apparently she just goes there casually to defraud India of a ton of money.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a give and take, I guess. But at the end of the day, Monet wants to include Trinary into the board of directors for X-Corp. And she proves herself useful pretty immediately. She's like, hey, can you do a scan and connect to our interface? And Trinary seems to have the ability to communicate with digital shit, no matter what it is. The internet, viruses, computer shit. And she immediately finds that the X-Corp server is riddled with malware.
Oh, she's a technopath.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Technopaths are cool.
Yeah. She can physically communicate with malware and viruses as if they're people, to a degree, it seems. Meanwhile, Angel shows up in Brazil to meet this guy named Cole, K-O-L, and not the other Cole.
K-O-L, Cole.
Cole. Okay, so he's this asshole, and basically his whole deal
He's this asshole.
is that at some point Xavier bought out and gutted his entire pharmaceutical company, and
Sick.
after the deal, like it seems like some time has passed, and he felt real salty about that. So what he did was he snitched on them to the United Nations.
Red ass nigga.
that they set up their flower processing plant in the Savage Land, which is a United Nations protectorate island. So they're not allowed to do that, apparently. And that's, I guess, the business dealing there is that Angel's trying to convince him to back the fuck off, and he's like, no.
I don't think so. I think I'm gonna be an asshole.
No.
Asshole.
I'm a business asshole. I am not going to back down. Because no matter what, I'm rich at the end of the day.
Yeah, and you can't do anything to stop me. And you know what the best part about this is? Because just like One Piece, oh man, there are people like that. And you would think, like, what do you think? Well, who are you, a fucking comic book villain? And yeah, these people really are just like, you can call me what you want, but I'm going to get my way because I have all this money.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nice to see them get fucking stomped.
Yeah.
Even if it's just fictional.
For sure. Meanwhile, at the Savage Land flower processing facility, apparently it's completely manned by Jamie Madrox, who is the multiple man. He's
Sick.
His powers pretty much work exactly the same as Naruto's shadow clones. He can make as many of himself as he wants, and they all learn independently. And once he reabsorbs every clone, he gets all of the knowledge that they've gained.
Whoa, okay, I didn't know all of that. Yeah, it is like Naruto. And he don't even need chakra.
Yeah, he explains it later on because it's a vitally important thing to what he does. But he's apparently... I thought it was Dr. Nemesis developed the drug and they just manufacture it and improve upon it, I guess.
Yeah, and work on Dr. Nemesis probably just does the R&D and they just further, like you said, they sharpen it. It's more focused, and where his is more theory and experimental.
Mm-hmm. So he's the second guy that Monet decides to draft into the X-Corp board. And he's like, I don't know, man. I'm just out here alone. You know, nobody bothers me out here. I just work on shit. I like my job. And she's like, you could be more. You could be rich. You know, you should come here and protect your assets. And he goes along with her because he's like, wait, what do you mean protect my assets? And, you know, she takes a minute while she has Trinary and multiple men in the other room to talk to Angel because he phoned a friend. He was like, help me.
Help me. This horse guy is wild.
Yeah, he's got me watching horses and being a dick. I don't know what to do. And, I mean, Penance is immediately like, kill him. Hide him.
Kill him and hide him. She's like, what, you ain't know? That's how we get down.
And Angel's like, I don't know, man. Maybe we should just give him the money. You know, it's not even a big fucking deal to us. And she's like,
yeah,
no.
We're about to have all of it soon, so
yeah. Monet's like,
doesn't really matter in the scheme of things.
Yeah, Monet on principle is basically like, no, fuck this guy. He's an asshole.
Yeah. She's very gangster and straight to the point about it.
Mm-hmm. And as her tempers rise, her penance form starts to take place. And I looked up I looked up her deal because I keep coming to this show not really knowing anybody's deal. So I took the liberty of looking up Penance's deal. Okay, so Monet herself in her regular form is actually a pretty strong mutant. She has a fair amount of abilities. She can read people's minds. She has super strength. She has high durability. She's a pretty tough mutant, but her penance form is ostensibly a Super Saiyan form where she just kind of gets a buff. You know, she just gets stronger in that form, and she gets also the Razor Claws. So all of her abilities are amplified, plus she gets the claws as well.
Stronger telepathy as well?
Yeah. Well, her telepathy...
I would assume that the telepathy kind of, if not stays at the same, probably decreases since she's so angry.
Right.
Right?
Because the penance form, she doesn't have like control over when it pulls up. Because it easily, like, she loses control of it easily when she gets angry. So her telepathy, I imagine, if she wasn't so prone to like just losing her mind when she's upset, her telepathy would also probably be a little stronger, but it's just harder for her to maintain a connection while she's in that form. So I guess it's more of the telepathy is probably stronger, but she has no access to it. She also has a telekinesis. She can move shit with her mind and use her telekinesis as a concussive blast, apparently. I did my research.
Nice.
So Angel loses connection with Monet because she is not having a good time right now. And that's when this fucking douchebag just opens the door. It's like, ho, I thought you were out here phoning a friend, but then I realized you left your phone in here. And I'm like, dickhead move, Angel. Should not have done that. Because I know he bugged his phone and did some shit. So, meanwhile, back at the X-Corp headquarters, Monet is just trying to get control of herself, but she just like loses control. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to Brazil. And it turns out the X-Corp headquarters can also fly. It's a gigantic helicarrier thing. And it's a whole island that has just like a tram underneath it, like just a floating island. I don't know where they found the time to do all this, but they seem to have done it. So, yeah, they fly off. They decide is like, okay, we're going to go at Angel. And Madrox is like, wait, didn't you just say the Savage Land plant is in danger? And she's like, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll replace everything that we lose there. So, yeah, we then get like the reveal that this fucking douchebag, his whole plan was to put in a bad word about the Savage Land plant and then subsequently destroy it so it looks like the UN has an even more reason to go after X-Corp, because then it looks like their shoddy workmanship caused a fucking plant to be exploded on a protected island. So yeah, really just to make them look really bad. And Angel's like, listen here, man. We're mutants. We're better. Like we're a different breed. We're built different. So, you know, you're not going to get the best of us. And at the same time, the plant is being destroyed. All the Madroxes are also destroyed that live in there. And the main Madrox is like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I need those guys. And Monet is like, well, whatever. I'll replace anything you know. But Madrox is like, that's not the point. All these Madroxes have a week of research in them that I lost. All that work is just gone because I didn't reabsorb them. Like, his knowledge is only fulfilled if he reabsorbs all the clones into himself at the end of the week. So, imagine that, working really hard for a week and then have it... just have it casually destroyed. But, yeah, at that point, that's when the HQ arrives in Brazil, and the CEO douchebag is like, oh, cool, maybe I can just shoot it down and everybody will actually think it's a good idea. And Angel's like, I'll be seeing you, man. We'll keep in touch. And then he flies off. As these helicopters start shooting at the HQ, this big ass island, like these helicopters are gonna do something. It's kind of funny. Some of these things hit Angel, like the bullets from the helicopter hit Angel, but this is where he transforms the wings into metal, like Archangel, which is, I guess, pretty cool. And it seems he has full control over his Archangel powers. So I guess him and Monet are similar in that regard, where they both have forms that are kind of berserkers or problems in any other context. But yeah, the issue ends with them being like, well, this didn't turn out as good as we wanted to, but Monet's like, this is actually pretty cool, this is probably a better launch than just putting out some rando YouTube video, this fake video of us just being like, oh, we're commercial, thumbs up, human race. And this gets the word out more. It's more provocative, very business friendly to a degree, because, I think that's the point of a lot of like business, moves, is just any press is good press.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where it ends. They make a whole big spectacle in Brazil, and that's X-Corp.
Not what I expected up top, but you know what? I'm interested, I guess. I'm really curious to see again how they kind of deconstruct this like mindset to business and pharmaceutical company mindset. I hope they get really deep into what actually happened and exposes a lot of the ugliness involved and inhumane acts. Yeah, looking forward to that. I hope there's a lot of that, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super confident in Howard. They did Excalibur.
Yeah, she's Excalibur lady.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this was well written. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was kind of interesting. This is very much X-Men do capitalism, so I'm very interested to see where this goes. But in any case, we should get into our last X book, X Factor number 9. Last we left off with X Factor, there's been a battle against the Morrigan, and they're basically trying to free Siren from the Morrigan's grasp. She's not having a great time right now about it. And Rachel Summers takes the rest of the X Factor team into her mind, into the mind of the Morrigan, to find out what the fuck's going on here. And they rewind all the way back to the Founders Party at the end of House of X, and they notice a gigantic fucking eyeball that wasn't there before.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And apparently in that moment, for whatever reason, the Morrigan chose Siren to perform a Gias, which is basically as Gias, as Decken refers to it. It's basically a god-powered gag order. It's a deal where, you get these ultra abilities, but, it's only to be used against a certain goal.
Yeah.
It's an agreement between the Morrigan and Siren. We don't know why yet, but we'll get to it. So they get deeper into the mind of the Morrigan, and they realize that the only way to stop it is to find someone who is a father to his father, a warrior who is no killer, a traveler who goes nowhere, a secret keeper who shares everything, bring an impossibility to battle and win, and only then would the Morrigan admit defeat.
Sure.
I mean, I appreciate that they didn't...
Did you get that?
Well, I appreciate they didn't let this mystery linger too long, because as they're like, whoa, what the fuck? Prodigy just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, Shatterstar.
He fits all of that? All?
Yes, everything. A secret keeper who...
He's his own father?
I mean, Prodigy doesn't go into that, because Prodigy knows the deal behind that, but he's like, it's not my business to say. But everything else checks out in terms of Shatterstar.
I would I would like to know about that, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess we'll next week we'll come back with something there. But yeah, they're just like, oh, I mean, I guess we're gonna save him anyway, so we might as well go get Shatterstar. They can't go in because they're banned from the Mojoverse forever, so they enlist a couple of audio kinetic mutants to go in and free a lot of Mojoverse tubers. They use their big concert as a distraction so that Magic can break in with a couple mutants and threaten Mojo to be like, hey, you're partners with us now, or I'm going to kill you. And yeah, a ton of mutants.
Why they didn't do that before, who knows? But...
Well, I have a theory, and we'll get to the end. We'll wait till the end to get to it. But yeah, Shatterstar is free. He finds the Morrigan, squares up, and kills the Morrigan. And we get a little bit of a revelation as to how Siren even came possessed by the Morrigan. And it turns out that she made a deal with the Morrigan because she pulled up to the fucking party and just was like, I'm going to kill everyone and you can't stop me. And Siren's like, no, wait, why? No, please don't. She
was hurt, man. The Morrigan was tight.
Yeah, she was like, we just discovered immortality. Please don't do this. And then Morgan's like, well, how about we make a deal? I take over your body and I spare the mutants. And Siren's like, okay, cool. And I guess like the reason that Siren has been dying all this time is that she's supposed to die 1,000 deaths to make up for the deaths that she would have had when she killed all the mutants.
Yeah.
So, I guess. And
weird.
Shatterstar manages to kill the Morrigan, and at that point, that's when the Morrigan bestows some kind of weird parting gift onto both Richter and Shatterstar. Because I guess they're connected.
Dude, there's this weird like art, this like ancient looking scene.
Yeah.
When North Star, whatever his name is, man, what's his name? Shatterstar.
Shatter.
Shatterstar turns into a fucking ox or something. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it's weird. But in any case, that's where the issue kind of ends, is that both Richter and Shatterstar seem to have gotten something from the Morrigan. And we find out that this is the second to last issue of X Factor ever, which is why I think the Mojoverse stuff was handled as it was, because...
Oh, yeah, well...
Because I guess like they had to close the gap. You know, it's kind of sad. You know, I think X Factor is ended before it really got on its legs. I don't know if it's poor sales or whatever. I don't know what goes into the cancellation of American books specifically. But it is kind of sad. I like the premise of the X Factor, and I felt like they were going to be a little bit more important than they ended up being. But that doesn't mean we won't see them again. I felt like it was just kind of getting off the ground. I started to like these characters. It's sad to see them go. We won't see them consistently, but yeah, I felt like it was kind of like, we got to tie everything up quick type issue because we've been canceled.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's just less, you don't see it as much with the American series getting the axe where it happens so suddenly like this. I guess how it feels.
Yeah.
But how many issues has it been out for? Is it like what, like 10, 11?
This was the 9th. It's so weird because I don't know if it's I don't think it's a weekly. So like they must have made the decision a while ago. They must have just immediately not liked X Factor, which is weird. I don't know. I feel like there are not as good X books out there, but I mean, in terms of like less books to buy, my wallet's not losing any sleep over it. Marvel books are expensive, so I'm not mad at it. But those were the X books. They were all right this week. I guess X-Corp was my favorite out of all of them this week, but it was all right all around. Nothing too grand. You guys ready to move on?
Yes.
It is time to randomize. Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 292, and you know what time it is. Psych! It is not the audience-decided RGC.
No way!
Keep your excitement contained. Keep your excitement contained.
How is that possible?
Wait, it wasn't? Oh, so I know what it was then.
Yeah, don't say anything. We'll just move on. But honestly, good chapter though. I would have accepted it if it were. This is chapter 292, Knowing. And we get a little flashback from Magna and Zora as Magna is basically begging Zora to train him. He's like, please, I'm begging you. I need to get stronger.
Somehow, some way.
The people in the Heart Kingdom fucking dubbed my shit. Said that I wouldn't be anything.
Said I'm for sure trash. Like there's nothing that can be done about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they said I was dog water. I can't do it. But yeah, Magna's like, okay, I'll train you. And he takes him to a secret base where Zora's like, I too have been training constantly, even though I was told that I was not going to be anything. And he learned something specific about runes. Basically, because both of them don't have as much mana, their runes are just puny magic and are so puny they just stick around. So they don't. I guess they don't evaporate as easily as like bigger, stronger runes are. So they can have more time to make them really complicated. So they can use them more strategically, which is very much in line with. Oh my god! I just got a repeat of myself.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. But yeah, Zora is just like, I will teach you these runes, but you know what? It takes a lot of studying, and you're obviously dumb and impatient, so you got to put your fucking work in and step out of your comfort zone. And Magna's like, I'll do it. And he keeps like running by arrays with Zora. It's kind of a cool little moment where they both where Magna's working really hard in a way that's not just physically training and being stronger. And we cut to the present where Magna explains a little bit more about how his power would work. We get like a visual representation where if Dante has 1,000 and he has 2 mana, the link basically splits it so they're both dead even in terms of mana. So yeah, he would just get, it would be 501 to 501. So now it's just like kind of a death match where they got to punch each other basically, and it's who can punch harder. And we've seen this attack before where Dante uses heavy infighting to
with the gravity.
Yeah, to square off with Magna.
She just back. Actually, what is that? His left hand? Nice jab.
Yeah.
Dang.
And yeah, Magna lays a good one on him, but he's like, but it doesn't matter because I can heal with my magic. And he just keeps laying into him. And then Magna just like tanks all of it, it seems. He just like blocks up. And he keeps dodging. He bobs and weaves. Fucking Dempsey roll shit. And then he goes like, I won't. And, I guess Zora in his mind spurs him on. Is like, even if it puts you on your knees and you can struggle and continue to fight, you kept the smoldering fire burning and kept preparing right up to today. It doesn't matter if your opponent's an enemy boss or a devil host or immortal. Win this fight, Magna. As Magna just like lays a fucking rocket punch in his fucking face.
His whole nose gets obliterated in the process.
And he brings him down. He scores it down on him if we're using Hajime no Ippo terms.
That was a down. You're
bam!
Absolutely right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slumber.
Yeah, I mean, this was really cool. I love this 2-page spread. There's some unfinished artwork here. I mean, obviously, I think Black Clover is actually off next week. So I hope his like health is well, Tabata. And I feel like that's why, he's like, I guess, taking a sick week. Sometimes I like it when like we get unfinished art. I find it like kind of nice and interesting to see how it like the inking.
It's raw.
Yeah, it just looks cool, and it gets corrected for the volumes. But yeah, I like this chapter quite a bit. Actually, kind of shocked that it wasn't the audience RGC, but I guess people.
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
I guess people don't like Magna. But I love Magna, and I love this little focus on him. This is a great little character moment for him.
Man, he hits him so hard in the chest and that it erupts on the other side. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he does like the Red Hawk. That's Luffy's Red Hawk. He just goes, "Blow!" It explodes in his back. It's kind of cool. I don't mind it, but this was a big old action chapter. Aside from the little bit of character development, I can't wait to see Zora go off on somebody.
Yeah, he's just kind of waiting in the wing, like, he's probably just waiting for his moment to finish, and then he's gonna be like, all right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta scrap with another goon.
Yeah, but I like this chapter a lot. I don't have much else to say about it. It was pretty cool. You guys ready to move onward? Then let's go. It is time to randomize.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
My Hero Academia, chapter 311. I mean, I guess we can make the special exception. This was the actual audience voted really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
It won 61% of the vote. It was a pretty big margin. way over half of everything else. So yeah, kudos to my hero. I'm pretty happy for it. If you guys wanted to vote on what the next chapter RGC will be, you can vote on our Twitter at New Jump City, and the poll goes up every Sunday, usually after I read the chapters or whatever when they come out around noon. So go on there, and the poll stays up for a couple days from Sunday to Thursday. So get your vote in. But let's get into the chapter proper. This is My Hero Academia chapter 311. Here we go. We open with what seems to be just like a villain just unloading a fucking nail gun.
Letting off, man.
Yeah. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Ah! This is from Malibu Most Wanted.
Wow. Damn, while his man just splitting, he's like, come on, man, just run. That's fucking Endeavor.
Nah, yeah.
This guy's like, nah, man. He's feeling.
I got
he's
my
feeling
nail
himself
guns
with these support items.
Yeah. And Endeavor's like, I'm gonna make a fucking quick work out of this guy. He does ignited arrow, and it goes straight through this guy. He's like, damn it, Endeavor, give us a break. You're the reason that we're even out. And Endeavor's like, yeah, that's why I'm here, to take you back. So yeah, these guys aren't necessarily connected with One for All, so All for One. So but they take him to jail anyway, obviously. The people just hate Endeavor still, like, or everybody, all the heroes. An anti-hero sentiment seems to be growing more and more. And the most important thing to gain out of this is that they know that they're lying to them about who Shigaraki was really after. So, you know, they still feel a little like they can trust heroes because they're still hiding shit from them even after all the fucking garbage they're going through right now. It's kind of a hard rock and a hard place situation. In any case, we cut back to the car as they're kind of discussing what to do. They're monitoring Midoriya. That was kind of the deal. You know, Midoriya is doing now training on the job, and Endeavor and the others are falling back, taking care of other shit, but keeping an eye on him. So yeah, they're basically like they kind of figure that that All for One is trying to take Shigaraki's body, and at the end of the day, when he does that, he'll be able to steal One for All. And Hawks is like, something's been bugging me, but you know, he explained to us that how a body that's too weak can't receive it. So why is All for One focused so much on Shigaraki's rage? And Best Genius is like, it's a strong emotion, right? I mean, after all, One for All contains 8 other spirits. One needs strength of will to override them. And Hawks is like, yeah, but you know, he's been pursuing All for One forever, so you would think he would have enough fucking hatred and rage against them to, like, be stronger, you know? And he's like, maybe it's not enough hatred. And Hawks is like, yeah, I guess, maybe, but maybe he doesn't have any rage within him. Like, he doesn't have any strong emotions. And that's why Shigaraki is so important, that's the missing element that All for One never had, is just an emotional trigger. So basically it's like, oh, so the reason that All for One can't really use All for One's abilities is because he's kind of a sociopath. He has no feelings one way or another. Which makes sense, and it kind of tracks, because, you know, Midoriya gets an incredible surge of power whenever he's, like, pissed or whenever he's desperate. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to think about it. Meanwhile, All Might is just, you know, in his car, in his whip, just driving, tracking Midoriya, staying very close behind him, and he's, like, worried that Midoriya is not sleeping enough. And he remembers what Night I say is like, I recommend a decent night's sleep and a warm, cozy bed. And then he gets a call from Best Genius. He's like, wait a minute. Midoriya's signal is gone. And that's when, I guess, what looks like a bomb just blows up All Might's car.
Yeah. And it went right next to his face, too.
Yeah. And as Midoriya seems to be calling somebody, that's when just like a bullet just swipes in right on the corner of the phone. That's some crazy aim. Sticks it to the wall. And there's like a little speaker attached to the end of the bullet. And a voice calls out and says, "Hey, you boy in green, you're coming with me." And Midoriya is like, "Fuck, what's going on? Is that an escapee with ties to him?" And we cut to the next page, and it's that girl from the prison, from the Tartarus escape little moment, who gets overhaul out. It's the same girl. And she has one arm that is a weird bio sniper gun.
Yo.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that shit looks wild.
Yeah, it looks real fucking menacing. I don't know how it works, but I'm like, whoa. And there seems to be a guy.
She got a bullet in her hand too, man.
Yeah, I wonder how it works. Does she reload her arm in a weird way? It's weird. I don't know. What are these bullets? I'm interested. Meanwhile, if you peep in the corner, there's a guy with no arms.
Yeah, just hanging out over there.
I don't know if he's dead. Maybe her ability requires to, like, in order to get this gun, she has to rip off somebody's limbs.
Yeah, and using them for itself. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll get it next chapter, but that's where the chapter ends.
Oh, it's coming out her elbow. She has her arm back like that, so she's kind of like, yeah, she's like this.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what this fucking power could possibly be. Because I didn't notice this when she was running. When she was in the prison, she had 2 regular arms. So
it could probably transform.
That'd be pretty sick. That's a pretty sick ability.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think whatever this arc is supposed to be, it starts now. This is what everything else was just kind of like a primer to establish the world, and now we're gonna get into real story shit.
Yeah, this is where we kick into gear.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of world building stuff. I thought this ended pretty great because I didn't see any of this coming. I didn't expect this shit to get so serious like that out of nowhere.
Man, I'm worried about All Might.
Oh, man. I mean, he's not dead here. They're not just going to kill him off in this tiny panel. Not All Might. All Might's too important.
I mean,
All Might's too important.
Getting to that point in the story, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's dead here. He could die.
Nah, he'll be fine. All Might is a smart dude, or maybe there'll be like a superhero who saves him at the last second. This will be an anticlimactic way for All Might to die, kind of.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking that his car is like souped up, just like armored. He'll be fine. He'll just be a little scratched up.
But he'll have some goons on him.
But was the explosion from inside the car?
No, it was outside. It was from this little flashbang.
Oh,
you see it?
Okay.
There's a little panel where All Might's looking directly at this bomb. I mean, it could be a multi-pronged attack. Like this lady there could be somebody else around aside from this girl. Oh, I know who this fucking thing is. This guy.
What?
This is Overhaul. He has no arms.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Whoa!
I just realized that.
Yeah, he was. She got him out of the cage, and then she met up with him.
Yo! What's his actual name?
Chisaki.
Chikasi.
No, Chisaki. I think, right? Brian, his name is Chisaki.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tell you what, I didn't notice that until exactly right now. I was like, why is this just dude with no arms hanging around? I'm like, who has no arms?
I just thought he was just, a bad guy, and he was gonna have a cool ability.
No arms.
Then I literally remembered, oh yeah, that was the grimiest chapter of My Hero ever had Shigaraki like destroy this dude's arms. I mean, this brings up the chapter a little bit more in my eyes. I didn't see that. I didn't think I'd see Overhaul back this soon. I wonder what his utility is even going to be, what he's going to mean to the story anymore. But if that is him, I could be wrong.
Oh, it is him. It is him, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, it only.
No, it is because they showed him when she broke him out of prison. That's him.
But why are they together? Because I don't know if they know each other. Because she didn't break him out on purpose.
Him out.
She didn't do it on purpose. She just saw somebody was stuck in there, and she let him out.
Maybe he's just been sticking with her since.
Yeah, maybe. I'm very intrigued now. Oh, this was
obviously he needs some allies right now.
Yeah, this was a
Doesn't
good
really
chapter in my eyes, but then like Overhaul being there is like, oh shit, Overhaul back. All right, I think that brings it at least more interesting. We have like kind of mixed feelings about the Overhaul arc in general, but it is kind of interesting that he's back. I don't know what could come of it. He has no arms, and that's kind of very important for his ability.
No arm having bitch.
No arm.
Maybe he could use it with his feet.
Yeah. Oh, imagine he had
It's like his face. He just puts.
That's
his
pretty
face to
cool.
something.
Imagine he would just become Sanji. Just like kicks people.
What's his ability again? He can change. He rearrange like the atoms of stuff and.
What was it again, Brian? Damn, I know
Like his
it.
left hand could destroy and his right hand could bring back, kind of like Scar.
Okay, yeah. I remember his abilities being very similar to Scar from Full Metal Alchemist, where he can manipulate like the physical. I mean, you could look up like the exact quirk, but he can manipulate the exact physical property of, because he can fuse with like himself with other people as well. So like I think one of his arms does like explosive thingies, and the other hand revives things. But they're both gone because Shigaraki dead at them. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm the destroyer. That's it.
And honestly, they're not connected to All for One as far as we know. They could be just completely separate, working on their own devices. You know, I'm very fascinated to see where it goes. They'll probably be allies. I know Overhaul's feeling some type of way, so maybe.
Ooh, for sure. He said, "Yeah, I want to get back at Shigaraki. Tell me what I got to do. I don't care."
Brian, did you find his quirk by any chance?
I'm pretty sure it's exactly how I described it. Like, because remember he would touch Eri, break her down, and then bring her back.
Yeah.
Grimy. Sleazeball.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's all I got to say about My Hero Academia. It was a very interesting chapter that just got elevated because I'm slow and I realize things on podcast. You guys have any thoughts before we go?
I can't believe Black Clover didn't win. But
yeah, this every time I don't pick My Hero, the audience decides, oh, you know what? Time to put My Hero on the charts, you know? Time to give My Hero some love.
Purely.
It's out of spite.
Yeah.
Hey,
they only do it out of spite.
Maybe it's a changing of the guard. Maybe next week, you know, from here on out, it'll just be nothing but My Hero. Who knows? I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the future comes. You could vote for it on Twitter, by the way. Don't forget to do that. But in any case, I don't know. That's all I got to say about it. You guys ready to end this thing?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty low-key week. It's weird. Jujutsu Kaisen isn't here, and it feels like something's missing in my heart.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But we'll have it back next week. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You can find me at the Chris Espinal, Josh at JDCole_37, Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Brian's Twitch stream thing on twitch.tv/itspunchline. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Vote in the RGC poll. Give us a subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a like. Give us a share. Comment. Anything you guys want us to talk about. Any suggestions, criticisms, anything you guys want to talk to us about. Comment or email us at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. I think that's it. Right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys.